But anyway, I think Andy's Doghouse channel, I think he has a Buick around the same vintage. And he said he was looking for a back seat. What on earth is this? Friggin' meteorite from outer space or something. Look at the colors. International Scout. These were like an SUV, but this is a rare half cab. So it's a special top that fits to turn the SUV into a truck. So it's like a half cab International Scout. Pretty rare, I think. 74 Monte Carlo. 79 Volkswagen Rabbit. And this is the International Scout half cab pickup truck. 3 Corvairs, 2-door, 4-door, convertible. This one is a Hemi DeSoto. It was a Hemi. I think it was in Fire Dome, the first baby Hemi they called it, back in 1958. 58 Impala, or Biscayne, whichever it might be. 58 Chevy. These are really cool. Chrysler Jeep AMC Eagle. My grandfather drove one of those, or maybe I think he had several of those. They were actually a 4-wheel drive car, like an all-wheel drive station wagon back in the 70s, 80s. Some Toyota 4x4 trucks or carcasses from the 80s. Toyota. There was actually a turbo Toyota truck here, extra cab like this with a turbo, and it had seats that said turbo on them. I think the truck's gone now, but there's a few of these Toyota trucks. I think this is a Pontiac, and I'm gonna have a look inside because Andy's Doghouse, he has a Buick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Pontiac has the stripes going down the trunk. But anyway, I think Andy's Doghouse channel, I think he has a Buick around the same vintage. And he said he was looking for a back seat. For some reason, Pontiac had these stripes. Stripes here, stripes here, stripes here, probably down the hood. Yep, stripes down the hood as well. Well, it's not looking good for Andy, unfortunately, because he was looking for a back seat. And I don't think there's one here. I don't see anything. Looks like there's an ashtray in the back of the front seat. Back then they had 4 ashtrays and 0 cup holders. Wow, look at that rear axle. It's like a pumpkin style, like a Ford 9-inch. But look how tiny that U-joint is. Oh my goodness. There's a tree growing straight up through here, straight up out the window. But unfortunately for Andy, I don't see any back seat. The front seat, it still has the backing piece here, but pretty much toast. What on earth is this? Looks like a meteorite. Friggin' meteorite from outer space or something. Look at the colors. Huh. funny that the windshield trim is still there, the trim around the windshield. In the door. Pontiac. You got her, Pontiac. Pontiac. Hard to tell, but there's a car there. 69 Barracuda fastback. 1969 Barracuda fastback with a vinyl top. I think they called this the mod top option. It was a vinyl, like a flower print on the vinyl. It's probably all faded now, but I think the interior would have been the same, would have been flowered as well. Somebody must have got the interior. I think they only made like 1,000 of these cars. I mean, with the fastback and the vinyl top. That's a pretty rare combo, I think. Not much left of her, but I think the tags are on it. And I've seen people restore worse. I think I've seen people restore worse. Volkswagen Bug Beetle. Volkswagen Beetle. Suzuki Sidekick. I can recognize the 1.6 liter engine, the transmission, transfer case, and especially the front hubs. And this is a Bronco, Ford Bronco. I recognize the I-beams. I recognize the front bumper. I think that's a 2.8 liter V6. Yep. This is a T-Bird. It had a rebuilt 302. I think it was restored at one point and they got rear-ended. And then it ended up here. Is that a T-top? Yeah, it is a T-top. T-Bird with a T-top. Huh. Another Beetle. Tinkered with a couple dune buggies, Volkswagen dune buggies. But I always thought these were cool. Cummins diesel. Dodge Cummins diesel. OJ Bronco. There's a couple of these. This one is 92 to 96, judging by the front clip. There's another one here. It's like a 86, I think. There's another one there. It's like a 78, 79. Full size Bronco. There's a couple of these Z cars. 280Z, 240, 260Z. There was 3. I think maybe one got crushed. There's 2 remaining. And I think they both have the engines in them still. They kind of remind me of a Firebird. They have a long hood. And I think later on, they ended up, in the later generations, they ended up getting pop-up headlights. And it has a rear hatch. So that's kind of like the Japanese Firebird. Kind of reminds me of that sporty long nose hatchback thing. This one is a 65. I'm pretty sure it's a 65, could be 66. I think it had the vents in the rear quarter. Does that make any sense? I don't know, I'm not a Ford guy. Limited? Limited. Is that the proper door for this car? Limited. I don't know. I'm not a Ford guy. This reminds me of the Unicorn. It's like a, 65 notch, I think they call it. There was a couple of fastback Mustangs here. 71 fastback Mustangs. There's a couple of those here and they got crushed last fall. It's a shame. That one is like a 67 Pontiac. Oh, it looks like a 4-door. V8, 283 or 327 probably. And this is what, Vega Monza Astra? I think this is a Vega Monza Astra car. I'm not really sure. One of the smaller rear drive cars. Wow, look at the back seat. Back seat's actually not bad. It's funny because I think it faces away from the sun. UV really causes a lot of damage. Actually, the interior is not too bad. Door panels, even the sun visors, not too bad. Huh. The front seats are gone. Somebody must have recognized them. I wonder if they were as good as the back seats. It's like a 3-speed, 4-speed on the floor or something. That's a cool shifter. Oh man, cool stuff. Some of it's been forgotten about, and some of it's so far in the woods, people don't even know it exists. Some of the stuff. Square body Chevy. There's a couple of those. This is a 1-ton. 1-ton, big unit. I think they call it a barnyard 4-speed. Here's a rare unit where nobody's chopped out the radio. Oh wait, they chopped it out over there. What? Okay. Well, at least they didn't mess up the bezel. Because these plastic bezels, people chopped them up and they got ruined over the years. This one does have a crack in it. That's interesting. I think that's AM radio only. That's something similar to what the Firebird had, AM radio only. I don't think that's an FM. But somebody's chopped up the Custom Deluxe. Custom Deluxe. Huh. So I think this is a barnyard 4-speed. It says L123, but the L is actually like a bull low. So technically L is your first gear. And then, yeah, so there is 4 gears altogether plus reverse. Is this like a camper special or something? I don't know. Some type of a 1-ton. It's been converted, I guess, to a flat deck. Chevy GMC. Square van, delivery van. GMC dump truck. 59 Chevy GMC trailer. Somebody converted it into a trailer. Cavalier convertible, it said 24, I think they were called. It actually has a V6 in it. I think those were the only Cavaliers with the V6, was the first generation or second generation with the Z package, Z24. They could be had with a 5-speed and a V6, and they go like stink. If you find one with a 2.8 or 3.1 especially. This looks like a 73 to 79 square body GMC. I think this one's a 69 GMC, 68 to 72 era. I know it's not a 67 because it has signal lights on the side fender. 67 was the only year, my favorite year, with no signal light and a small back window. And I think 68 was the same body style, but they started putting the signal lights and the big back windows in them. So 67 is a really special, if you can find a 67. Another Dodge. This one's not a Cummins. I think it's a 360 gas motor. 5.9 gas. Somebody scalped the hood emblems. Yeah, this is a 360 4-barrel. '66 to '77 Bronco. This would have been like Chevy's answer to a Honda. I think these were in conglomeration with Suzuki. Oh, it says Chevy Sprint on the door. For some reason I'm thinking Firefly. That might be Pontiac. Firebird, Sunbird. Firebird, Firefly. But I think these were in conglomeration with Suzuki. And they're really neat. Three-cylinder engine. Look at the cute little 3-cylinder. Look how cute it is. It's like this big. Look how small that is. I'm pretty sure this engine was turning because I was considering using it because it's so compact. This would make a good dune buggy engine or something. 3 cylinders, really compact, lightweight, cool. She's a cool unit. I think that's a Suzuki engine. There's your Suzuki, see the S? Suzuki. Same as like a Chevy Tracker and a Suzuki Sidekick. They had a little conglomeration there. Another OJ Bronco. This one's a little bit older. 687 with a lift kit. I think it's a 302 5-liter. K&N air filter in there. And right beside the Bronco, there's a Blazer, K5 square body Blazer. These are like nemesis, arch enemies. Ford Bronco and the Chevy Blazer. I think they both had removable tops, little short pickup truck SUV things. They would have been in the same category. Another K5 Blazer. This one belonged to my friend of mine. I'm surprised that the revolver wheels are still on it. This stuff's pretty rare nowadays. Caprice Estate wagon. It had like Kelsey 50-spoke wheels on it. These really rare wheels. I think they're gone. There's a Dodge Fargo. This is similar to what Andy has, split hood. I don't know what year. This one has like wide body. It has big fenders that stick out like a dump truck or something. Looks like the front header panel is mated to the fenders. I think that's the same thing Andy did with his. I don't know if that's factory. It almost looks factory. Another K5 Blazer. I made a video on this one when I pulled the axle. And I made a video on that. Pretty cool unit. It's got like Ford seats in it or something. GMC Jimmy, Classic Sierra, or Sierra Classic Jimmy. Is that real? And it has the vent windows. I think they're pretty rare. F600 dump truck in behind it. Fiberglass box sides for 88 to 98. I've seen people put these on 67 to 72, and they kind of work. Peekaboo! Oh my goodness. Good boy. Good boy.